see where the mic is, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All right, cool. 2, 1. What's happening, good people? We back with another episode of
Ralo TV, Bridging the Gap.
TV. We here. We got the illustrious OG and Ozzy
I'm
Fit.
glad
We
to
in the
see y'all.
building.
Right.
It's been a couple of weeks. We've been doing a little different things, but we ain't forgot
yeah,
about y'all. We
yeah.
right here. Keep it rocking. And today, we got a lot to touch on, man. A lot of things have transpired in the last couple of weeks, and I'm in the hot seat today. I'm in the hot seat today, you know. Life happens, and I just try to be fully transparent and honest, man. I can't hide my own L's because then what are we doing, you know? What are we really doing? We all here bridging the gap. We all here building, you know what I'm saying? We all learning.
Yeah, we learning, man. We
learning.
learning. We
Life
learning.
is a journey.
It is. It
Life
is
a journey, y'all.
It is
So,
true.
To not beat around the bush, your boy Ralo of Ralo TV was deeply simping, man. Simping on all types of levels, bro. And then
Man.
it wasn't until recently where the disrespect just became too much.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I walked away with a valuable life lesson. And off camera, me and Ozzy Fit and OG were just talking about the mistakes that I made, the lines that were crossed several times to lead me to the circumstance in which I'm in today. And I mean, I can't say that anyone is to blame personally. My knee-jerk reaction was, what did I do to put myself in this position, in this predicament, so that I can never do this again and end up with a better outcome the next time around.
Right.
We talk a lot of these concepts on the show all the time.
Right.
I talk about it, I listen to it, I acknowledge it, but when it's somebody you really like, you know, you just kind of bend the rules, man.
Right.
You try to bend the rules.
It's like a matter of, once it's somebody that you like, a lot of the stuff that you do know, the game that you've picked up and learned and like quote unquote have mastered, is tested at that moment. That's where it's really tested. Because if you're not fighting, you no longer are in control.
Yeah.
So if you're not sticking to something, you sticking to nothing.
Right.
Hey,
man.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to me. Like, it was all theory until I was put in the heat of that battle. And I would say I trace my shortcomings back to a scarcity mindset.
Right.
Because I didn't think with abundance and I didn't act with abundance. I had an abundance. I had a sense of abundance, but not in the quality of which I wanted to reside at.
Right.
So that person that I sent so desperately for, she was just like shining so hard in my eye, just to turn around and violate me.
Right.
You know. So
Well, I just want to say this, that that's why it's important not to overvalue a woman. You value them. You place value. You respectful. You polite and certain things like that. But when a woman feels, in my opinion, when a woman feels like she's overvalued, where you're putting so much focus on her, she is a tendency for her to feel like, well, you know, I can kind of get away with certain things. And some women, you know, their nature will try to do certain things to you, you know, and just to let you know that, hey, listen, yeah, I know how you feel about me, so, you know, so that's why you have to be very careful as a man not to overvalue, and you must stand on the things that you stand on. Whenever there's a disrespect in any way, you check it. You say, nah, this is not what I stand for.
Right.
I stand for a certain value, principle, and everything like that, and this is what I go by. Me personally, I'm a type of guy like this. When a woman is not when she's disturbing my peace, I ain't want to mess with you.
Right.
Because my thing is this: my peace is everything. My peace means it affects my mind, my mental, my spiritual, and everything around me. So if you're not bringing a certain level of peace to me, if you're argumentative or you have a toxic attitude, a toxic mindset, no, I'm not gonna deal with you. And I've always been that way, you know. Even when I was younger, I didn't go for them women who was always toxic. You know, I look at him like, nah, baby, you know, certain things you doing, I just ain't with. So that's the way. That's just part of my personality, and to me, it's worked for me because I don't get myself in situations where I'm dealing with any kind of toxicity or anything that's negative or that's affecting my peace.
All
And
right, so let me ask you this though. This one, that's a black and white situation. If she was like overtly toxic, I feel like I'm confident with that. Like I know
Right.
how to move with that.
Right.
Right.
But what about the nuances of, okay, well, she's doing this, she's doing that right. I'm not even having to say anything. This is what kind of got me off balance where I'm
Right.
like, I think I'm in a good pocket. I think I could simp and give a little wiggle room. That's what just confused me.
Right.
But in the
But
end,
it's no, like, there should be no parameter that allows simping. Like, there should be no level that is reached that allows simping.
under any circumstance,
Under any circumstance.
she's doing X, Y, and Z right.
Right, because that's not a dynamic.
And it's still,
that's
like,
not necessarily a dynamic you're trying to set up. If you're going to be a provider, you're going to be a provider. You're not going to be a simp.
Right.
Those are different things.
Yeah,
You
you're
know?
right.
So it's like, you could be a provider, which has to do with resources.
Right.
And it's like, okay, I'm doing my thing, you know,
Right.
but that's your role. That's a role that you're playing,
Right.
you know, and that's a proper, mature dynamic. Simping is an immature dynamic that doesn't lead to anywhere but chaos
Right.
because you yourself know that you're overplaying your hand. So
only in hindsight, bro.
Only
At
in
the
hindsight,
time, I
but-
thought I was Gucci.
that's the thing. It's like because you're thinking with the desire at that moment, everything's gonna feel good regardless. You know what I mean? Like the simping is just gonna be like, okay, well she likes it, and she's validating that what I'm doing is right, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? But it's more of like objectively, because objectively you're seeing it from both of you guys' point of view. From her point of view, you know, just like we talked about before, she's gonna be losing respect every time you simp.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Right.
Subconsciously, she's not saying it, but that's
Right.
what's happening.
Right. By certain actions that you're doing, she's
You
gonna
can do that
right.
so much so until they're in
Right.
another man's arms.
Right.
And that's something that I'm humbly sitting in right now. And I'm just basking in it like, damn, y'all.
Yeah.
This just happened. Telling my brothers everything. I'm telling y'all everything.
Right.
This has happened, man.
Nobody's immune to it though. Like
Right,
it
yeah.
can catch anybody off guard. That's the thing. Like it's
Right,
not something
right.
where, oh well, you know, you're less of a man for simping or falling in that
Right.
situation. Man, the feeling and desire to get into that situation comes up all the time.
Right.
Especially if you're desired as a man.
Right.
And you're getting the options that you
Right.
want.
Right.
Because
Right.
once you find the ones that you want, you're gonna act that way subconsciously.
Right.
You know?
Right. Right.
That comfort.
You know, it's a comfort, you know?
Right.
So it's
This
like,
shit
as a
sucks.
man, you gotta always be ready for war. You know what I
Right,
mean? Be
right,
battle ready.
right. You always got to keep your
You know?
your sort of defenses up. It's just like if you know, a woman do certain things. All right, she cook, clean, such. Thank you, I appreciate it. This and that, but don't allow that stuff to get you feel like, well, I'm gonna just marry her.
Right.
Because to me, she's doing this with a purpose to draw you in also.
Running game on
Right,
you.
right,
Trying to run
right,
game on you.
right. So my thing is this: if you see yourself going to be serious with this woman, you know, and y'all plan on doing, you know, trying to make it happen, you know, certain things that if she has to me, she has to be a part of your. If you're doing a business thing or you're doing something that you need, that you're working towards, she should be willing to come in and help you, assist you in that. And to me, that's showing that you want to really be a part of what I'm doing. Because in essence, if you're helping me along this line and doing certain things, when I progress, you're going to progress too, you know, and I'm gonna, you know, look out for you also, you know, if we get to that point where we're gonna make that, you know, eventually serious commitment. But I think we as human beings, and it's a human nature, we desire to be loved, feel love, and everything like that. And we get caught up into that
that's
as men.
That's men.
And that's what happens, you know. I mean, we all do, you know, even, you know, with my experiences, I've got caught up into that. So I'm not saying that it can't happen, but you have to be very careful and mindful of certain things, you know. I mean, to me, when you're seriously looking for a woman, you're looking for certain qualities. To me, I think you should always be a nice person. You should be, as a woman, you should be loving. You should be walking your femininity. Those are just common
Period.
things.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
period.
yeah. Those are just things that you should be doing anyway. So that's not something where with is a bonus. You
Right.
know.
And
Exactly.
damn near is a bonus because our society is so fucked up.
But
at
that's
this
the crazy
point.
part about it, right? You're saying that, but as a man on a date,
Right.
there's no 50-50.
Yeah,
You
Right.
pay for the date.
Right.
50-50 for anything, that's a modern concept.
Right.
That
Thank
is
you.
still very argued. Like,
Right.
But
Right.
this
don't
was
agree
a
on that.
woman who was sitting here taking me on dates. I'm not even thinking about this. She's paying for everything. She's like, I was like, I'm sitting back, kind of like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is happening right now?
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
bad.
Spec-
One, she's bad, y'all.
Right.
She's bad. She's paying for shit. She's cooking. She's cleaning. Unprovoked.
but then that's
But
Then
these
that's
are,
like,
but see,
I'm
these
on-
are the
I'm
things
like-
that you're looking for.
I'm
These
on
are the things
balance
that you
at
were
this
looking
point.
for.
Right.
So I'm thinking
And-
it's okay.
and-
I'm thinking
right.
it's safe to do this shit.
Right.
But I'm just fucking it up longer and like.
right, because it's like, I look at it like, in my mind, as a man that is going to be taking a lot of responsibilities of a family or build one, it's like she's trying to please you.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
if she's doing all that stuff to please you, let her do it, you know? But how long can she keep it up?
Right.
You know?
If she's real, you'll see the realness.
Right.
If it's there for just game, it's gonna last and go away.
Right.
You know? But in time, my thing is this. That's why I'm very adamant about letting a woman and you being a man always be yourself. Don't change because you with a woman.
Right.
And I want a woman to be herself. I want to see when you get angry. I want to see how you respond when you have to make a decision on something. I want to see all this because then I can know what kind of person I'm dealing with.
Right.
But if you showing me like a plastic side of you that that you want to show me because you're trying to get me,
Yeah.
eventually that's gonna
That's it.
it's gonna wear out.
All right. So what I hear you saying, right? It's like, it's I hear it. It makes so much sense. But when something is like giving you butterflies, man, you're in that new stage of getting to know this person, and it's like, it's puppy love kind of stuff. It's so hard to think like that in that heat of that moment. You like,
Yeah.
I remember these things, but am I gonna do these things?
Right.
Most likely, yeah.
Probably not.
Well,
And it's
well,
new.
yeah,
It ain't like it's like 2 years down
Well,
the
that's-
road or 18 months down the road. It's new.
right.
I
Like,
would
you want to
say-
be in the honeymoon stage, at least a little. Like,
Honestly, to be honest with you, I think at that moment you would have to put that energy into your work. You know, the excitement is gonna be there, but it needs to be channeled into your work, while you still treat her the same way you've been treating every other girl,
Right.
and then see how she reacts. Cause that's life. Like that
Yeah.
stuff doesn't last. Like
Yeah.
none of those puppy love things last for any time.
Right, right.
Period of
It's just like if you get in a marriage, when they say, "Oh, happily ever," it's no happily ever after
Right.
even in marriage. You're gonna go through struggles, pains. You're gonna go through challenges and everything like that. Now, what's gonna determine you and that person stay together is how you're able to each other, how to interact with each other and handle the situations that come to you, and be able to discuss it and work it out and and go through it together. Those are the things that keep marriages together. Most people don't really understand it because, like I said, I was married for 26 years, and it was time. It gonna be time. It was times when I wanted to leave and she wanted to leave, but we was able to work things out, and that's when you find out you go stronger in your relationship with that person, and things just will come together. But let's not be delusional. Reality, you're not going to just get into anything where you're not going to have to work at it. Even if you're in a relationship, trying to build that relationship towards being engaged and then eventually getting married. So it's a process. It's work. But in the meantime, like my man said, you still have to be about your business as a man. Be about doing what you want to do. Don't stop because you're in this relationship with this woman, and you know that you got to be doing this. you make it aware to her that, listen, yeah, I got to be doing this such time. I can't give you all the time that you want, but when I get time, me and you we can kick it.
Right.
Don't change your routine and your patterns on what you're doing.
Right.
Your grind.
That'll help to control it.
Right.
That,
Keep it down.
yeah, because
Right.
what
And I'll
happens
admit,
is,
Yeah.
I'll give you guys an actual example of what was happening. So you guys know I'm a barber. We're sitting in the barber shop.
Right.
Fridays was her off day. Fridays in the barbershop world, that's my peak day.
Right. Right.
So every so often, I would take off on the Friday. Missing money, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's not anything.
Nah.
Well,
that's when you know that.
That's when you made a mistake,
I'm
bro.
getting a negative out of it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So
No.
it's not something that I'm willing to do for
Right.
most women I entertain, but I would
Right.
do that for her. And in the moment, she'll be like grateful, like in the moment.
Right. But, that
But
doesn't
in
mean
the
anything.
back of her mind, I'm sitting here after seeing how the situation played out,
Right.
saying to myself, "Damn, I was real life simping." Like,
Right.
she was just like, "Ooh, this dude, if a pretty enough girl come along, is he gonna fold?
Right.
Is
Right.
he gonna bend his will?"
It happens to the best of
And
us.
Right,
it's like,
right.
yo, that's what happened to me as a grown ass man. That's
Right.
what I was doing.
But that's a
taking
lesson.
off on Fridays to
That-
go
that's a-
spend money.
It's a scary
That's a
thing.
lesson. That's a lesson to be learned
Sad
because
sucker shit, man.
yeah.
Never again, man. Never
yeah,
again.
but that's a lesson to be
I learned a lot
learned
of
because it goes to show. That's why I keep saying a man must be about his purpose and what be grinding and be on his purpose and what he has to do. You know, that Friday's your peak day. Nothing should come between that.
Right.
Listen, okay, baby, Saturday, Sunday's my peak day. I'm gonna have to talk to you on Sunday. We can hook up Sunday.
Right.
I remember one time, I never forget this one time. I was dating a girl years ago before I even got married, man. And, I stayed over there, and then the next morning she's like, well, won't you stay here with me? I said, no. I said, first thing I said to her, I said, you going to pay me for the day that I missed? Well, no. Well, I can't stay here, baby. I got to go get my money.
That's the thing.
So that's my thing with me, my responsibility, getting my money and doing what I have to do takes priority over what I have to deal in regard to a woman. And I was even like that when I got married. I worked. My wife would tell you, man, she'd be like, you saying you never want to take off from work, But, I had to do what I had to do. But I was always that way, from young, always grinding, this and that. So when a woman feels like, because the bottom line is this, I think it's a song by Bobby Womack, he says, if you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight. In other words, he said, I can't stay home and be in two places at once. I can't be at home and be at work. Now you have to either take one or the other. I choose to go to work. I'm not gonna stay home in the bed or around here trying to please you. You understand? But I have a responsibility as a man, and when a woman sees, I think women respect that more because they know that, man, he's not gonna be all up under me. I know that my time is gonna be designated to when he's available to me. So
Yeah. It's
that Friday, I'm shocked that you took off on a Friday, man. You?
Shocked by this whole situation. This whole situation has been a shock to me.
Yeah.
Because a lot for a while there, man, I was moving with incumbency. I don't know what I thought. I thought for about a little stretch of my life, I thought like I was invincible. I'll just come out here doing some bullshit and it just work out. I'm ahead of like finances. I'm ahead. I work like a dog. I work relentlessly.
yeah.
I work 30 days out the month a lot of times.
Right.
That's not normal. You know what I'm saying? So like, I did want to kind of give myself those those days to kind of chill, recline with a nice, beautiful young lady.
Yeah. That's normal. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Not at all. But the day in which it was just kind of like
Right.
for real?
Well, that's where you have to prioritize what you have to do, because you know that Fridays and Saturdays is your peak days.
Right.
If unless you sick and you can't make it, you need to be here, and get your money because those are the peak times. That's why I said shop closed on Sunday. Hey,
That's 20.
that's it.
All right, we're gonna pause this right here, you guys. Segment's ended.
I don't know if I have enough space after this. Yeah.